For those of you who follow these lunch alerts that I've been doing every day, since the Trump victory, I've been focusing on the most important thing in my judgment, which is to eliminate the Democratic Party filibuster in the United States Senate. I recall very vividly in 1993, actually late 92, I met with President Clinton in Little Rock when he was preparing to take office. And he outlined his agenda to me, and I said, you think you control the Senate, but you don't. You only have 50-something votes, and you need 60, and you can't get that. And he poo-pooed it, saying, oh, I'll pick up liberal Republicans. And I said, there is no such thing. And eventually his whole program derailed, and he lost Congress because he couldn't get anything passed in the Senate. And that was the prospect that was looming in front of Trump, and I was very worried about that. Now, Trump pulled a brilliant political maneuver, and Schumer pulled a dopey, dumb political mistake. And the combination of them has completely changed the calculation affecting the Trump presidency. Trump's brilliant move was that he never tested the 60-vote filibuster in a forum in which it was likely to be upheld. His first nomination for the Supreme Court was Gorelick, who was highly qualified, well-educated, a broadly acknowledged and acclaimed judge, and there was no basis for opposing him. And he was very disciplined in the confirmation hearings and in the meetings. He didn't get himself into trouble. He didn't take dogmatic positions on hot-button issues, and his confirmation proceeded smoothly. But then Schumer made a gigantic blunder. He fell into the trap Trump had laid and announced a filibuster of the nomination. And he whipped his party into line, so he only got 4 defections. And those Democrats, combined with those, minus those defections, were enough to guarantee that the filibuster would continue, that Gorelick would not get the 60 votes. That then created a situation where the public was looking at this highly qualified guy, well-credentialed, who had not put his foot in it. Nobody really laid a glove on him, that the Democrats were filibustering and blocking. So when Trump proposed circumventing the filibuster and eliminating the requirement of 60 votes for a Supreme Court nomination, people more or less agreed with that. And even among the Republican majority in the Senate, where there were many senators who felt they were abandoning and breaking and shattering Senate tradition, there was unanimous support. All 52 senators voted in favor of the rule change. And former majority leaders Bob Dole and Trent Lott did an op-ed today endorsing that rule change. And that was a very important step. And Schumer made that step inevitable by being dogmatic and opposing this nomination with a filibuster. Why did he do it? Well, because he's the captive of the Democratic special interests. The pro-choice people and the gay marriage people and the labor law people were not about to accept a nominee that would go against them on a lot of this stuff. And they demanded that Schumer stand firm. And in standing firm, he cooked his own goose. Now, there are 2 crucial outcomes from this. One is the obvious one, which is that the next Supreme Court vacancy will only require a 50-vote majority to confirm the nominee, and Trump can nominate who he likes. He can go with a real strong conservative because he'll pass him with Republican votes. And the Democrats will have consigned themselves to impotence by their arrogance in the way they approach the Gorelick nomination. But the second effect is far more far-reaching. I believe that this creates a situation where Trump can easily eliminate the filibuster entirely and pass his entire legislative program with just 50 votes in the United States Senate, so that the filibuster will cease to be a fact of life in American politics. You know, it wasn't always so. Until about the 1970s, the filibuster was rarely used, and only in connection with civil rights bills, where the Southerners filibustered and the Republicans voted to let the debate continue. And the liberals in the North, who tried to close down the debate, repeatedly failed to get the votes. But once civil rights bills had stopped and that we moved on past that, The Democrats and Republicans routinely began to filibuster everything in the 80s. And that basically upped the majority you needed to pass a bill to 60. Well, now it looks like it may go back down to 50. And that is fully as important as the election night victory when Donald Trump won both houses in Congress, because now he will have effective control of the U.S. Senate, courtesy of Chuck Schumer's stupidity. Thanks for watching.